Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. We hope you're doing well. Today, we're excited to share with you the differences between Lean and Six Sigma methodologies and show you how these tools provide data-driven insights to solve your current business challenges. Today's webinar is brought to you by the Wisconsin School of Business Center for Professional and Executive Development. CPUD offers online and in-person programs and certificates that will give you the modern, relevant skills needed to advance your career. All of our programs offer interactive live learning sessions facilitated by instructors with practical business experience. CPUD also partners with organizations to provide customized professional development programs, coaching, and consulting. For more information on the Center for Professional and Executive Development, please visit our website at uwcped.org. Today's facilitator is instructor and program director Scott Converse. For more than 2 decades, Scott has developed and delivered programs in his area of expertise, which include project management, project portfolio management, business requirements gathering, process improvement using Lean Six Sigma, business statistics, and decision making. He also has more than a decade of applied experience in the field as a former information technology director and is a technologist for an internetworking software developer. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks for that intro, Kat. I'm going to try to share my screen here. So let me grab that. Oh, sure. Wait, now I don't see my screen share. Brooke, would I be able to?
Technical difficulty on my end, but it should be good now.
Okay, great. Here we go. We can. Okay, so show screen. And I'm sorry, Brooke, I still don't
You are sharing. We are seeing Converse, what's a Sigma, and why do I need 6 of them?
Oh, great. So it's the whole screen. Got it. Okay, awesome. Huh. Woo. Thank you. And you can see my Telestrator pen up right now?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Technical difficulties resolved. Thanks, Brooke. Hey, welcome everybody. And Kat, thanks for the intro. I don't know if you knew this or not, but the title of this talk, the one that I've got highlighted up here, it actually came from the very first process improvement project that I was involved in over 2 decades ago. And it taught me a lesson that I've used in every project since then, so I thought I'd share it with you as a kickoff before we take a look at methodologies. Here's what happened. I had just finished up the training that gave me all my new Six Sigma and lean thinking skills, and I had used them to roll out a technically robust solution and was reporting out to the process owner. The solution, though, had been created without input from him or his team, and he was hot. In a sarcastic voice, he asked the question, hey, Converse, what's a Sigma and why do I need 6 of these? And I cluelessly thought that he actually did want to have a discussion about business stats, central limit theorem, Motorola Deming, Toyota production method. Boy, was I wrong. And the lesson I learned now in that meeting that I apply to every project is a pretty simple one, but it's the first pro tip I want to give you in the rest of this 10-minute webinar. And that's that regardless of the methodology that you choose for process improvement or project management, regardless of the technical tool that you're using for the analysis, gaining user acceptance and buy-in is just as important as any choice in methodology. And so always be mindful of that. Nowadays, when I hear people say, well, what's a Sigma and why might I need 6 of them? I know that they're typically interested in the strengths or weaknesses of the methodology or which approach fits best their particular type of process problem. So I'll focus the rest of my talk on that, and I'll save the business stats lecture for later. Let's get going. Let's first take a look at lean thinking principles. I'm not going to give you the history lesson. You can go to Wikipedia to look up the 8 wastes and Taiichi Ohno and Toyota production system. Instead, let me focus on the concepts that will help you lead more successful lean projects. The focus behind successful lean initiatives is waste identification and then removal to help to optimize value-added activities, eliminating the non-value-added activities that customers really don't need. But there's another focus for successful lean initiatives, and that is leveling of flow. Many of our processes have cyclical, busy, and slow periods, and lean helps us to figure out how to make it a more consistent level flow. For successful lean initiatives, there's a real strong emphasis on making sure that the team of process workers that are associated with this process are involved with the analysis. They're also involved with the solution identification and implementation. It's a very team-focused affair. And because so much of the waste is visual in nature, the data emphasis is on direct observation. Taiichi Ohno once said, go to the gemba, go to where the work is being performed, walk the process and see these activities and frustrations happen in real time. And so direct observation is frequently used. There are a whole suite of tools and techniques to help with successful lean projects, to help make for a better future state. Everything from workplace organization like 5S and the techniques that you see on the Netflix Marie Kondo videos, to quick setup and changeover, inventory management using Kanban, there's mistake proofing, single piece flow, A3 thinking. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. These were all first developed for production and manufacturing environments, but they work extremely well wherever there is visual work activities. And what I find really interesting is in the last decade or so, there have been a lot of spin-offs where, for those of you that are out there that do software development in an agile environment, well, the Agile Manifesto itself is basically taking all of the words from these lean thinking principles we described earlier. And Skunk Works, new product development teams using lean startup, yeah, you got it, they're using lean principles as well. For most lean initiatives, the way that projects are run is using a container called a Kaizen event. These Kaizen events are typically small scoped projects that last 1 to 5 days. And the only way that you can do an analysis of current state, get to root cause, build future state solutions, and implement them all in only 1 to 5 days is that you've got to scope these initiatives down. They're small scope projects where the process that we typically identify and work on is contained within the walls of that one work group that's performing the work activities. Six Sigma, on the other hand, let's take a look at it. Its focus is on processes that span multiple work groups or the whole organization. They're larger scale processes, and the initial emphasis on Six Sigma processes was about variation reduction and stabilizing process performance. This was early manufacturing style process improvement projects. But I'm telling you, as of late, where we've seen some of the biggest gains in your Six Sigma style projects have been in transactional and service environments where the focus has been on idle time handoff reduction, or the idle time in between the work done between different groups. I call that idle times white space and white space reduction. Because the process spans multiple work groups and is typically larger scale, the data emphasis is a little bit different. We're looking at qualitative data, structured interviews as well as survey results. We're also diving deep into the quant data, database queries, spreadsheet results, the numbers, and the analysis that goes with it. The tools is a little bit larger toolkit as well. Everything from process mapping and interviewing techniques to testing the way that we collect data with measurement system analysis, risk identification, cost benefit analysis, scoring spreadsheets, and of course, statistical analysis. I've seen Six Sigma project spinoffs be in new product development, but they're typically more what I would call stage gate new product development, and design of experiments is a direct result of lots of Six Sigma work. The projects themselves, they typically use a container we call to make 5 steps that we use in phase-based project delivery approach, where we do the analysis of current state, determine root cause, and build future state solutions in those 5 steps. They're larger. They use sometimes what I would call more esoteric tools. And so more of these DMAIC style projects rely on a subject matter expert to come in and help process improvement teams. This is where you hear folks talk about their green belts or their black belts or their center of Center for Process Improvement and specialists coming in to help out. There is another approach, but you got to be careful of it. I call it action-based problem solving or just do it problem solving. Be careful with this. It should only be used when you're dealing with simple problems with only a few variables and there's only one or two stakeholders involved. If you try to use the just do it approach on larger scale processes that are best suited for Lean or for Six Sigma or Lean Six Sigma style projects, you're going to end up with the visual I try to put down here. It's like throwing solutions at a dartboard blind, and you're never quite sure if you're going to get the outcomes that you're looking for. Be careful with just do it. And so in the end, which approach is going to work best for you? I like to use this continuum of complexity to help with the decision making. If you've got very little data and you need an immediate solution that only affects you and maybe one other stakeholder, just do it might be best. On the other hand, if you have a very large process that spans multiple work groups, your Lean Six Sigma or Six Sigma style project might fit best. And if you're in between, mostly you got a mix of different data sources and it's contained within one group, your lean thinking approach might work best. I use the analogy, your just do it's are like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can get by in a pinch with them, but you don't want to make that your meal choice every night. But on the flip side, if your organization is always doing process improvement with these big holiday feast style, DMAIC style, Lean Six Sigma projects, that can be overwhelming and fatiguing too. A lot of it's going to be around your lean thinking. And of course, in the end, it's just like the answer to almost every question, it's moderation. You're going to want to have a mix of these approaches to be successful. Here's what's going to happen next. Soon, we'll come back and we'll take a look at a lot of the data-driven problem-solving tools used within Lean and Six Sigma. And the emphasis that I'm going to have when we explore them is which ones work best in highly uncertain environments like what we live in right now. That'll be coming up later in October. Be sure to sign up on our website for that. And go out and visit the CPED website to gain more about some of the programs that we offer in project management and process improvement. Hey, be well, be safe, and have a great rest of the day.